Stop lying to yourself. You think your life is stuck because of bad luck. You think it's because of discipline. You think it's because you haven't found the right system yet. You're profoundly wrong. The person holding you back isn't your boss, your partner, or the economy. It is you. Specifically, the lies your own brain tells to keep you stuck. This constant cycle of self-sabotage is not a moral failing or a sign of personal weakness. It's a sophisticated psychological strategy. Your mind is actively hiding the painful, inconvenient truth from you, making you betray every significant chance you get at a better, richer, and more fulfilling life. It is running on a hidden mechanism, a brilliant yet deeply destructive psychological defense system that controls your worst, most repetitive decisions, ensuring you stay small, safe, and comfortably stagnant. This isn't about weak willpower or lack of motivation. It's about systemic self-deception. If you are tired of waking up 6 months later and realizing you're still making the exact same paralyzing mistakes, you absolutely need to understand this hidden mechanism that controls you. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works, what it costs you in terms of your potential, and how to shut it down for good starting today. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are a human being whose brain is meticulously designed for energy efficiency, and sometimes that biological efficiency comes at the extreme cost of objective truth and maximum potential. The number one hidden mechanism that controls you is the instinctive need for your brain to feel right, to maintain perfect internal consistency at all costs, regardless of reality. You see, your brain absolutely hates a gap. It abhors it when your genuine aspirational beliefs don't match your frustrating small day-to-day actions. If you believe you are smart and capable of achieving greatness, but you constantly put off studying, starting that side business, or having that difficult, necessary conversation, your brain faces a severe, painful internal problem. This problem is a state of mental agony known academically as cognitive dissonance. But for ordinary people, we just call it the justification game. Imagine your brain is the most relentless, morally flexible defense attorney in the world, whose sole job is to fabricate any story required to prove you were right all along and protect your fragile ego from the truth. The justification game works like this in real life. You hold a powerful aspirational belief like, "I am a person who deserves success, great health, and happiness." Then you take a bad, destructive action like, "I've spent 4 hours mindlessly scrolling social media instead of hitting the gym or preparing for my future presentation." The brain panics because the conflict between the belief and the action is overwhelming, causing massive, unacceptable internal stress. Instead of accepting the simple, painful truth, "I deliberately sabotaged my time and my goal due to lack of planning," the brain lies to itself instantly to resolve the conflict and eliminate the discomfort. The lie is the comfortable, immediate resolution. "I couldn't have possibly worked anyway because I was too mentally stressed and my anxiety levels were too high," or "That job wasn't meant for me in the first place, it was too toxic and would have stifled my true creativity," or "I absolutely needed that downtime to recharge my creative batteries because my energy levels were completely depleted." This powerful mechanism allows you to feel comfortable and validated while actively making choices that guarantee your ultimate long-term failure. It lets you fail gracefully without ever having to face the profound humiliation of admitting you failed due to your own choices. But every single time you play the justification game, you strengthen the lie, making it an undeniable fact in your life. You build a maximum security prison of bad habits, and the key to that prison is being held tightly by your own unconscious need to always be right in your personal narrative. The tragic and infuriating part: this mechanism is closely tied to the other major lie your brain tells you, the echo chamber trap. Your brain doesn't search for objective, universal truth. It searches exclusively for proof that what you already believe is true about the world and yourself. This is the confirmation bias. Think of a friend who buys a specific expensive car and then suddenly only notices that exact model on the road, concluding that it must be the very best car ever made, willingly ignoring all data to the contrary. Your brain does the same thing, but with your beliefs about yourself and your limitations. If you secretly believe that people who try too hard look foolish and are eventually mocked, Your brain will only confirm examples of people failing publicly, totally ignoring the millions of quiet, persistent successes. If you believe you're a bad partner destined to fail, your brain will automatically filter out genuine compliments and only remember the smallest, most insignificant disagreements, using them as irrefutable evidence that your relationship is doomed. It's a self-imposed echo chamber you construct inside your own head. You find biased evidence for your own worst fears and your own worst limitations, and then you use that evidence to rationally justify why you shouldn't even attempt to try. It's the ultimate self-fulfilling prophecy, tragically playing out in your life every single day. This is the cold, hard truth behind your lack of progress. Your brain is a world-class, morally flexible lawyer, constantly and tirelessly defending a client, you, that is actively trying to lose the most important case, your future success and happiness. Now let's go deeper into the 3 defense layers of this hidden mechanism. These are the primary, strategic ways your brain keeps you stuck by protecting your ego from even the slightest pain or criticism. Your brain always prioritizes your ego's immediate safety and comfort over your future long-term success and fulfillment. The first defense layer is the blame game. When you encounter a setback or outright failure, where does your mind instantly look for the reason? Outward. If you fail to meet a deadline, you instantly say, "My team was disorganized and utterly incompetent," or "The boss gave me an impossible task at the last minute because they hate me." That's an external attribution. But when someone else misses the exact same deadline, you say, "They are lazy and clearly unprofessional," or "They are obviously incompetent." That's an internal attribution. This is the fundamental attribution error, simplified. We excuse ourselves instantly and generously, and we harshly judge others immediately and critically. This lie provides massive protection for your ego from the painful truth that you might need to try harder, change your flawed approach, or admit a personal fault. You can't possibly fix a problem if you refuse to take full responsibility for your role in creating it. The second defense layer is the normalization lie. This is the insidious lie that whispers, "Everyone else is doing it too, so it must be completely okay and normal." You look around your social circle and notice that everyone else is also procrastinating, eating poorly, or constantly complaining about their work or their relationships, but doing nothing to change it. So your brain instantly concludes, if everyone is doing it, it must be the societal standard, and therefore it must be acceptable behavior for me too. This is a crucial lie that keeps you trapped in comfortable, shared mediocrity. It's a powerful defense mechanism that normalizes your bad behavior, so you don't feel the painful, necessary pressure to change. You assume your habits are common and acceptable because your ego desperately needs the collective comfort of the crowd to survive and avoid the terrifying risk of standing out or being judged. The third defense layer is the trap of the past. Your brain fundamentally hates to lose or waste anything. If you've invested significant amounts of time, money, or emotional energy into a bad idea, a toxic relationship, a soul-crushing career path, a business model that simply isn't working, the rational and logical move is to cut your losses and walk away. But your brain screams, "No, I already invested 5 years of my life. I can't quit now." That would mean those 5 years were totally wasted. This is the sunk cost fallacy. The hours and years you spent are gone. They are a sunk cost. But your brain lies to you, telling you that if you just hold on for a little while longer, the past effort will magically pay off and justify the pain. This lie forces you to double down on bad, losing decisions purely out of the agonizing fear of admitting that your previous investment was a mistake. You are trapped by your past because your brain refuses to admit loss, thereby sacrificing your entire future potential for the sake of preserving a comfortable past narrative. The hidden cost of self-deception. Real-world examples. Let's look at 3 quick scenarios where these mechanisms destroy potential. Scenario 1. The perpetual critic. Sarah wants to start a podcast, but she constantly tells her friends, "Only fake gurus start podcasts and the market is saturated." She's confirming her existing belief, confirmation bias, to avoid the painful action of facing public judgment and criticism. Her brain lies to her. It's not that I'm scared, it's that I'm morally and intellectually superior to those who try. Scenario 2. The bad partner. David stays in a miserable relationship for 8 years because he's invested so much time. Sunk cost fallacy. His brain tells him the 8 years will be wasted if he leaves, forcing him to spend 8 more years in misery, multiplying his loss. Scenario 3. The diet failure. Lisa constantly breaks her diet, then says, "Everyone cheats sometimes, it's fine, I'll start next week." Normalization lie, only to be devastated when the scale doesn't move. Her brain prioritizes immediate comfort and social acceptance over her long-term health goal. These are not failures of discipline, they are psychological victories of your brain's hidden defense system. These 3 layers, blaming others, normalizing your failures, and holding on to a bad past, are the hidden mechanisms that run the self-sabotage loop. They form the precise architecture of your stagnation, ensuring that comfort today always defeats success tomorrow. The true hidden cost of playing the justification game is your future freedom and the high-quality life you actually deserve. To break free, you don't need more willpower. You need a specific, actionable psychological strategy to bypass your ego's powerful defense layers. You need to stop asking, "Why did this happen?" which always leads to lies and defenses, and start asking, "What can I do now?" which immediately leads to action and solutions. Here is the 3-step strategy to dismantle the hidden mechanism. Step 1. The responsibility reset, bypassing the blame game. The easiest way to break the fundamental attribution error is to force a self-correction. For every external complaint or justification you have, you must ask yourself 2 brutal questions. First, what was my 1% contribution to this mess? Even if the test was rigged, did I prepare as well as I could have? Even if my partner is difficult, what was my tone like in the fight, or did I needlessly start it? Finding the smallest percentage of your responsibility shifts your brain from defensive mode to problem-solving mode. Second, if the world were 100% fair, what would I do next, right now? This question forces your focus away from the past and onto future action, neutralizing the blame game. Responsibility is the key to power. When you take it, you gain control over the outcome. This is crucial because the moment you stop defending your failures, you can start studying them. You move from the role of the defensive lawyer to the neutral, objective scientist. You acknowledge the external difficulties, but you assert internal power. For example, if you blame the heavy traffic for being late to an important meeting, your brain learns nothing useful. But if you ask, "What was my 1% contribution?" "I didn't check the traffic app 15 minutes before leaving," you gain a repeatable solution for the future. This tiny shift in language, from blaming to owning, is the foundation of breaking the entire self-sabotage cycle. Step 2. The data collection protocol, bypassing the echo chamber trap. To defeat the confirmation bias, you have to stop searching for proof that you're right and start searching for evidence that you might be wrong. This is the data collection protocol. You need to practice active disconfirmation. Write down a belief you hold. For example, "It's too late for me to change careers and follow my passion." Then spend 10 minutes actively searching for 3 pieces of evidence that contradict that belief. Look for 3 people who successfully changed careers after the age of 40. This process forces your brain to build new, necessary neural pathways of possibility, proving that your current belief is just a convenient lie designed to keep you safe. You also need to consider the second-order effect. Before acting on impulse, ask, what is the second and third consequence of this action? For example, the first consequence of procrastinating is immediate comfort, reward. The second is stress and panic tomorrow when the deadline looms. The third is long-term anxiety and the reinforcement of the belief, "I am not reliable." This deliberate process shifts your focus from immediate comfort, the lie, to painful, long-term reality, the truth. Let's make this highly actionable. When you are tempted to scroll social media for the 20th time, instead of working on your goal, don't focus on the immediate comfort. Ask yourself, what is the consequence of this choice? 3 hours from now, 3 weeks from now, and 3 months from now. By dramatically extending your time horizon, you strip the immediate lie of its power. You turn temporary comfort into a guaranteed future cost. This protocol is the cold logic that instantly defeats your warm, self-justifying emotions. Step 3. The identity shift, bypassing the sunk cost lie. The sunk cost fallacy is neutralized when you change how you define success. Your brain sees quitting as a failure. You need to redefine quitting as optimizing. You are no longer a person who hates losing. You are now a person who optimizes their life and portfolio. Optimizers don't waste time on bad investments. They are smart enough to quickly redeploy their most valuable resources, time and energy, to better opportunities. To make this change, use the 5-minute rule. When facing a tough decision, to quit a bad project or continue, tell yourself you will quit or change only for 5 minutes. This small temporary commitment dramatically lowers the psychological barrier. Most people find that after those 5 minutes, the emotional weight of the past investment is lifted and the path to a better future becomes clear. Remember, your life is not a linear path. It's a portfolio of investments that requires constant, unemotional review. An intelligent investor doesn't cling to a losing stock out of sentimentality. They sell it immediately to invest the capital elsewhere. You must adopt this ruthless, forward-looking mindset. When you tell yourself you're optimizing, you are defining yourself by the future you are building, not the losses you sustained in the past. This identity shift reframes quitting from a point of shame to a moment of strategic genius. This is the final step in shutting down the entire self-sabotage mechanism. The hardest part of any transformation is accepting that you were the problem. But when you accept that your brain's defense mechanisms are running the show, you gain the power to write a new script. The lies your brain tells you are powerful, but the truth is your ultimate weapon. If this video helped you recognize the hidden mechanisms in your own life, and you are ready to start living a life based on truth, not comfortable lies, hit that subscribe button right now. Your subscription helps us bring more powerful, actionable psychology to the world. And if you use the responsibility reset today, comment below and tell me, what is the one lie your brain will stop telling you this week? Let's build a community committed to the truth.